indulge me for a moment, if you will, and close your eyes. I want you to envision a television screen in your mind and try to picture where you're going to be 5 years from now in your career, what you'll be doing, where you'll be working. It's scary for some of you, isn't it? Think about where you'll be, what you'll be doing. Now, there's a lot of people in this room, but probably only a handful of you actually have a clear vision of where you'll be 5 years from now. You pretty much know where you want to be. Few more of you have some cloudy figures, some different ideas, but it needs a lot of fine-tuning. The majority of you in the room are looking at a blank screen right now, because most people don't know where they want to be 5 years from now. Nurses say to me all the time, Donna, I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. And these are not necessarily young nurses that say this to me. The problem with that is that many of us think we need a clear vision of the future in order to start moving forward. Some of us don't get out much because, as I said, we are so used to speaking in nurse speak, mixing medical lingo with everyday English, that only another nurse very often would understand what we're saying. It's hard to talk to regular people. For example, once you become a nurse, you never have a cold anymore, right? You only have an upper respiratory infection, but we prefer the acronym because we're into initials. So, of course, it's the URI. And if you swallow something wrong, and your average person would go, oh, oh my goodness, it went down the wrong pipe. But, of course, a nurse would only say, oh my goodness, I aspirated. Right? And if you're caught choking really hard, you might say, I think I have a tracheoesophageal fistula. Who else would understand you, right? I have a friend who works in critical care. I called her the other day. I said, what are you doing? She said, oh, not much. I'm just triaging the laundry. I knew exactly what she meant. This pile needed immediate attention. This pile could wait. This one needed a some stain stick, but it would be okay until she could get to it at a later time. Now, networking is not necessarily hard to do, but it's something that nurses are not accustomed to doing. It's just something we haven't gotten into the groove with. And I can understand why. There's a couple of reasons. First of all, many of us don't have a decent outfit in our closet, do we? It's the nurse's wardrobe, right? We have uniforms or scrubs. We have casual clothes. That was my wardrobe when I worked in the emergency room years ago. I had one dressy dress in my closet if I ever had a wedding to go to, except that usually never fit me again the next time I needed it anyway. I was in a growth phase of my adult life. I think I'm still in that phase right now. I am here today to remind you of your own greatness. I'm here today to remind you of the power and the passion of nursing. And I'm here to remind you of the role and the responsibility that you have in the process of continuing to strive for even higher standards in nursing, to continue to raise the bar higher, to be a positive influence and a role model on all of the nursing profession out there today. So how can you expand your sphere of influence, increase your impact, and position yourself for success out there? I'm going to give you 10 ways today. And these is to surround yourself with positive, motivated, upbeat, successful people. Now, I know what you're thinking. First, I have to find some people like that, right? Many of you are spending your days with people that are dead of spirit, dead of motivation, dead of hope for the future. And I'm not talking about your patients. I'm talking about your coworkers,